Hey, Yetta, how many push-ups can you do in 1 minute?
It doesn't matter because that's not what this boot camp's all about.
Oh.
How many can you do, Ken?
About 25.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together with the Dekker Team.
So we love that for over 35 years, we've been able to come alongside you, not only selling, buying, and investing in real estate 3,117 times, so actually more than that. We've been able to come alongside you to build your fun, build your faith, build your fitness, and even strengthen, heal, and flourish inside relationships. Those are the things that either take us far ahead or they break us.
That's right. And relationships within our families,
Yes.
within our businesses, and with our communities too. I think the relationships that we talk about go so much farther than just our own circle of influence, actually building communities.
Well, and isn't a circle of influence just that? It's a circle that ripples out.
Right.
So when you say in your own family, how I talk to my kids is a reflection of how they're going to talk to people, and probably a reflection of how I'm going to talk. And there's going to be a ripple effect of that, whether I relate to the person or whether I only relate to the situation. Like all the things we've talked about in segment A and B ripple out to the point that we're doing a crazy thing.
Yeah.
Called
but before we go there to the boot camp,
okay.
Was something Kara said triggered something in me. And it's like the CHRI radio is the family station. And now your family's involved in the station.
Like all of them.
But also, your listeners are your family. And that's really what it's about. And your station is about strengthening the family of God. And we have a similar philosophy. So there's a real strong lineup. Yetta was saying earlier, we started advertising on CHRI like the first month it was open. We started advertising on it, and we've been a avid supporter ever since.
And how many years ago is that?
That was in 1997.
Yeah.
So we're grateful for you guys. That's for sure. Yeah.
But we also do the same thing because our family's in the business. We think that our clients are family. We treat them like family. We treat them, when they go to buy something or sell something, I give them advice like they were my son or my daughter.
Or your mother or your father, depending on
the
age of the person, or my sister, depending on.
And then we have events, which we call family celebrations, and they come out and it's just a beautiful thing. And then we have this boot camp, right?
Now you'll let me talk about the boot camp?
No, I'm back to the boot camp because why do you have a boot camp? Because you care about the family that we are people that we know, the people that are our listeners, the people that own businesses. We care because the stats are alarming. When we see that in June, the government said 1 in 20 businesses closed their doors permanently in June. Small businesses.
2024.
That's businesses between 1 employee and 99 employees, which, by the way, those small businesses employ over 60% of Canadians that are employed by small businesses. So we have a heart for them.
Well, we are one.
We are one. We are a small business.
So we understand.
Yeah.
So we can relate. Yeah. Right. You are too, right? We can relate to the ups and the downs of that. And when you think it's over 60%, it's actually over 62%. That's staggering.
Yeah.
And
Okay, so my dad always used to tell me, because he wants me to learn from his mistakes instead of making them all myself. So he would say, my finished product is your raw material. Now, you guys have a ton of raw material.
I like that.
But you also sometimes will find other people that you look up to, that you've learned from, you've gained from, including this special speaker that's coming in to help run the boot camp. Tell us who this is and about the book and how you found her.
Well, we've actually found her over 12 years ago. Well, actually, we didn't find her. We found her dad.
By reading the book.
By reading the book. So he had written a book called The Ultimate Sales Machine back in 2007. I found it somewhere between 2010 and 2012. We deployed some of the strategies and they had benefit. And without a little more hands-on, there was a limit to what we could deploy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I had the privilege through a mentor of mine to go and meet her live just last March, so like 10 months ago, I guess. And I went to support my mentor, but one of the reasons I was excited to go was because the co-author of the revised version of this book was out. And unfortunately, her dad passed the same year that I read the book, actually, and prematurely. And as a 24-year-old, she took on a significant size company called Chet Holmes International that had authored this book and was a highly successful. I think they've helped over 250,000 or a million businesses, but like a crazy, crazy amount of businesses. And when I met her, there was a resonance.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I need to work with her.
Yeah.
And there was an opportunity to give significantly to charity. And then she would come and host a workshop or a boot camp or a keynote. She could do it on live or she could do it live. And I knew that unless we could get up close and personal with her, we were going to leave some of the impact on the table.
Mm-hmm.
So we decided to invest the extra and fly her out here. And so she's coming in June, and she's only 36 years old now.
Wow.
And she knows her stuff, and people are going to leave this. I mean, if you're a salesperson or you're a sales professional or you're an entrepreneur or you're a business owner, you're responsible for driving profits in your business or increasing sales, like any sort of aspect of that, whether a Fortune 500 company or whether more of a small business, like under 99 employees, there will be takeaways that you can deploy that day that will change the direction and the impact in your business.
Yeah. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Ken, you're now event planners, it sounds like. So
Actually, we actually really hate planning events.
Did you just use the
I used
HAT word?
the hate word. And that's one of the reasons we chose not to go, like we're bringing her into town, because we believe it's valuable for our listeners. And we could have gone and rented a hotel and made room for 300, 500 people.
Or 1,000, because it's that good.
Yeah.
And then, make some money from it. But we decided we're not going to make money from it. We're going to invest in you and us and bring her here. And we're going to do it only in our office. So we have room for about 100 people.
Okay.
So it's limited. And at first we thought, well, is that wrong? Well, the most aligned people, the ones that go, that's for me, they're going to get the ticket and they're going to get it early.
So good.
Right? We're on the early bird rating right now, early bird rate. I suspect there won't be any tickets once early bird is over. If it doesn't resonate, don't do it. If it resonates, get to her.
Okay. So dekkerteam.com.
Yep.
Ken, leave us with your number one hope and takeaway from this boot camp, and then wrap us out.
Okay. Well, I know that if you come to this boot camp, it's called a boot camp because you're actually going to do work. And that work is going to give you a result which you can deploy immediately when you leave. It's not like you just got information and now you got to build something. You're going to build it there and you're going to be able to deploy it immediately when you leave and get immediate results. So we're so glad that you joined us on Life's Inside Track, because when we move forward together, we've got this.
Moving forward with the Dekker Team. Moving forward together.